Morning folks, welcome to day 4. I think this is day 4. Wow, time is ticking by. This is Asheville. I'm just on the west side of Asheville, and I stayed there last night, Holiday Inn. It's about $90 I think for the night, which is quite cheap by American standards for a big like main chain hotel like that. Nice stay, even had a restaurant in it as well. Right, hang on, I'll join you when I can get out. It just got twisty. So this is now Tail of the Dragon. It gives me a little bollock tingle. Right then, what does today bring? Well, today's action packed. I would say today is the meat and 2 veg of this road trip. Lots of big hitters today. We're just away to join the Pisgah Highway. Then we'll be doing the Cherokee Skyway. Then we're going to do Deal's Gap, Tail of the Dragon, both ways, north and south. Then I'll do a little smidgen of Route 28, which I believe is known as the Moonshine Route. That's the one I think I did when I did the, I'll mention it now, the round the world trip. After I did Tail of the Dragon and I said goodbye to John, I took an amazing road, the 28. Then I stopped at this museum. I think the chap that owns that museum has actually passed away now, sadly. But I'm only going to be doing a little stretch of the 28, just past the lake. And then I'm aiming to end this evening somewhere like Telico Plains. Now, just doing a quick bit of research last night, couldn't see anywhere to stay in Telico Plains. Everywhere seems shut. I'm about a month early. I think the season opens in April, so a lot of the hotels and lodges and inns and things, they're not opening for at least another week or 2. But well, never mind. Back on the road, folks. Oh yes, it just got twisty. Sun come up 1, 2, 3. So I think this is the Pisgah Highway. Look at the squiggles on Kalimoto there. Ooh-ha! Yes, this is more like it. You know me folks, these are my kind of roads. These are the ones I like. Just reminds me of the mountains up in Spain, these type of roads. So many of you commenting on like Instagram and stuff, saying you're so surprised that I'm enjoying the road so much over here and how twisty they all are. It's honestly folks, it's incredible. I mean, obviously I knew they weren't all just straight roads in America, but I didn't realise it had this scale of amazing twisty riding and driving roads as they do. They are just phenomenal. And it's not like these are like backcountry roads that nobody will ever use. Look at the road surface, it's immaculate. It's really well maintained. Obviously you do get stretches that are a bit bumpy, but nothing compared to British roads. This is just superb. Now, there's loads of you recommended the Pisgah Highway, so thank you so much for letting me know about this one. My apologies to Brent and a load of other people that were going to meet me down in Daytona. Obviously plans have changed, so I hope you're having a great time, or you had a great time in Daytona. Hope you're not too hacked off of me, and next time I come over, let's try and meet up. It's a shame Chase on 2 wheels, he was going to meet up. His filming schedule, obviously he's a massive channel, I think he's hit over 1 million subs now. So he's busy all during the week, and then at the weekend he's now got something else on, so he can't make it. So sorry to miss you, Chase. Would have been great to meet you in person. Obviously we did an episode of Brew Time a long time ago, so you can check that out. I'll leave links down below. You might have guessed, I'm pushing the podcast more now on these vids, because I keep getting told to. A load of you are saying you never mention your podcast on these main vids. Well, I am now. There you go. So the podcast is called Brew Time, BRU Time. It's available on all main podcasting platforms, and it's got its own YouTube channel. It used to be on this channel, but because it didn't get particularly high views compared to the main motorbike vids, the algorithm didn't really know what to do, so it started to harm the main channel. That's why I moved it across to its own one. It's doing alright. It's got about 4,000 odd subs, I think, on its YouTube. The audio side does fantastic. It's top 5 motorcycle podcasts in the world now. It's phenomenal. It's in the top 10% of all podcasts. So if you like your podcasts, check it out. What sort of stuff do I cover? It's about my mantra of you live your life. So I just have people on there who have a story to tell. It's not always motorcycle orientated. I've had people who've rode across the Atlantic. I've had endurance athletes. You name it, we've had it on there. I've had a lot of other moto vloggers and YouTubers, they've come on. So check it out, see if it's something that tickles your fancy. And if you do like it, spread the word. Tell your mates. Liking, sharing, commenting, engaging on all vids on YouTube. That really helps, folks. So thank you very much if you're doing that already. And obviously if you're subscribing as well. It gives me a little bollock tingle to know people are enjoying the content. But enough of that. Look at this road. Oh my good God. Do you know what? It has a feel of snow about it. I know that sounds ridiculous. It's 51 degrees. What a phenomenal bit of road. Another phenomenal bit of road. Wow, America, you're giving up some beautiful jewels here. I love the States. Have I mentioned it yet, folks? I love the States. Ooh, are we going into rain? I might chuck my big jacket on. I've got my rucker padded jacket. Right, next little lay-by I see. I think I'm going to chuck that on. Look at how quick that weather's coming. Temperature's really dropped. Oh God, I hope I'm not going to regret mentioning snow. Fairly big day today, 240 odd miles, which doesn't sound much, but when it's all, so come up 1, 2, 3. But when it's all twisty roads like that, and a 35 and 45 speed limit, it kind of slows progress somewhat. Who knows, folks, who knows? Let's just see what the day brings. Right, let's go. Oh, wow. That's pretty thick. That's incredible. Literally came round the corner and the fog lifted. You can see it all around, but it's sort of lifted in this little stretch. You can see it rolling up the hills. It's a shame. There's loads of these lookouts like on the Blue Ridge, but I mean, he's just taking a picture of fog, I think. You see how it's rolling up over the hills? Mental. Do you know what? I just don't care. I don't care it's mist and rain. Just loving it. Just being on the bike. Oh, this is so good for the soul. I didn't realise I needed this quite this much. It's just superb. I feel free, which sounds like I have a good life. I'm gonna get all deep with you here. I do have a good life. I'm very aware of that. You know, I have a very good lot in life. Nikki is amazing. We've got a great life at home. My job is my dream job. But I've worked hard. You know, I've worked really hard to get here. We all do, don't we? To make your lot in life. Hard work pays off. And you have to take, you know, you've got to take a gamble every now and then. You've got to take a punt. You've got to be in it to win it. But there is a different side to that when your passion, when your hobby becomes your job. It does detract from it just a little bit. I still love what I do, don't get me wrong, don't get the violins out, but it does detract a little bit away, from it. And I don't get the opportunity to do this as much as I used to. I love solo rides, I love doing my tours, I love doing my group rides, I love introducing this to people who haven't done it before. I love that. That for me is what makes all of it worthwhile, is when people realise what a bike can bring to their lives. It sounds dramatic, but I see it all the time with people. They use the bike as like a mode of transport or just for the odd little local run. They'd never pushed their boundaries at all and sort of toured or travelled. And once they do, it's like it unlocks the world to them. I love it. They make new friends. It's like a new lease of life. And I feel that when I come away and do this sort of stuff. You know, I can just feel my very being being recharged. Love it. Really enjoying this bike. Really enjoying it. It's such an easy bike to ride. I think even with the GS I'd be using the gears a lot more. With this, 4th, 5th and 6th is all you need. In fact, for these bits, these corners, 5th and 6th is all you need. You can literally keep it in 6 and just glide round. It does top out quite quick, but I mean, you don't need high speeds on these roads. The speed limit's 45 as it is, so I'm already over. No, I'm not, obviously, officer, I'm not. Oh good, my visor's steaming up. I think my pin lock's on the way out. Oh, I can't wait. When I get back on the 22nd of March, I'm meeting up with Phil from Paint Nation. Remember the chap who was going to be doing the custom paint design on my new lid? Well, it's ready and we're doing the unveiling. It's been ready for ages, actually. It's my fault, really. So I'm going up, going to meet up with Phil. We're going to do the unveiling on another episode of Brew Time. So I'll be filming it all. You'll be able to check that out. Cannot wait to see what he's done with it. Oh, and I'll let you into a secret. Hopefully, I'm also getting a custom paint job on the new 1300. Check out the view. Ah well, never mind, still loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Dickie Vegas, me and you, let's come over here. Let's do a joint road trip. In fact, Fish, you've done the West, come and do this, pal. Next big little. Let's do this on little bikes, little monkey bikes. Oh, there you go, boys, the gauntlet. Boom, down it goes. Right, people, in the comments down below, if you want Dickie Vegas, Fish and I to do the next big little over here stateside, let us know in the comments down below. Tell us what bikes, tell us where to go. Be polite. I can't get them to go to Scotland. How the heck am I going to get them to come over here? Tell them it's free. That's how I get them to come over here. Look at these roads. Good God, it just doesn't stop. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles of this now, folks. You can get the straight road stuff, you know, if you go into the main highways and interstates, you're going to get all that boring stuff. But if you just turn off and do the backcountry roads, oh my good God, it's biking heaven. There's hardly any traffic. I mean, we are out season, I know. Look at that, the second I mention traffic, a car comes by us and I've just seen some tail lights in the distance. We're coming up on. I just never learn, do I? Ferme la bouche, smart, ferme la bouche. Stonehaven. That's up near me, Mackie. Stonehaven, it's in the northeast of Scotland, near where I'm from originally. Used to play Mackie at rugby when I used to play for Peterhead. I'd love to say we beat them all the time, but we didn't. Never mind. The beers were good. You think you're right out in the middle of nowhere, folks, on these roads, and then you just come into these little communities. And there's loads of homes everywhere. It's awesome. You look up into the trees, up into the woods, and there's just homes all over the place. Oh, Mrs. Teapot, Nicky, can we? Can we? Mind you, my dog would probably get eaten out here. There's bears and all sorts. I wonder if they get wolves here. Just amazing. Never in a million years would I have thought you'd get the quality of riding roads that you do here. Oh, and I mucked that up. It is spectacular, folks. I keep saying it, but it keeps being true. Just stunning. America, you are laying out the red carpet. Sync them up, 1, 2, 3. Had to change batteries there. It's looking dark up ahead, isn't it? That's a moody looking sky. Ah, that was a mountain, it wasn't the sky. I've got my son on board now, editing a lot of the vids, so it's taking a lot of the strain off of me. Because it is hard, again, get the old violin out. Oh, woe is me. But you know, it's tough to come out here and do the content on the trips. Like, I don't just want to be a bike review channel. That's just not my cup of tea. It's not why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this. I love doing this. I love taking people away and introducing them to this. It's what bikes will bring to your life if bikes are your thing. I want it to inspire people to get out there and just travel. Just get on your bike, go new places, meet people, and just enjoy yourself. Live your life. And it's quite hard to do that when you've constantly got to keep the videos coming. You know, I've got the podcast to edit, I've got the main vid, at least one, hopefully 2 vids a week with the main channel. Then there's all the shorts and the social media that go around it. And it's more than a full-time job. You know, I've worked proper jobs like all of you. And I tell you what, there's a lot more work involved in this. Alright, I'm not digging holes in the ground. It's not proper manual graft. But it's a lot of hours, definitely. But I love what I do. But I definitely needed another pair of hands on the coalface. So my son's stepping in there, and he's helping out. He's already edited a few vids, and yeah, I'm excited to work with my son. Sync 'em up, 1, 2, 3. So here is Dale's Gap. This is the shop, and it's like a hotel and all that sort of stuff. Killboy, I think they're photographers. So this is now Tail of the Dragon. We're going to go and do it in both directions. So this is sort of north. Something like 300 odd corners in 11 miles. That's what Tail of the Dragon's famous for. Or Dale's Gap, I think is its real name. I'm just going to let this car go in front a little bit. Everybody has been saying to me, just watch, there's somebody killed on here just recently. Oh, he's letting me by. Thank you very much. Yeah, the cars and trucks, they do like to cut the corners here. But again, I'm not going to go crazy. Let's just get it done, survive it. Now this is a Friday, so it shouldn't be massively busy, and I don't think there'll be any photographers out. I think the weather's supposed to be better tomorrow, but I didn't fancy coming here on a Saturday, because everybody's going to be out, especially if the weather's good. Everyone will be out on this road. It's a lovely road, isn't it? But then, you know, I've ridden equally as good roads on the way here. You're sort of spoilt for choice, really. Oh, awesome, it's letting me by. Now, if we survive this on the way back, so we're going to do this south as well. I'm going to pull in and go into the Dale's Gap shop. Gotta get a sticker. I used to have a t-shirt for here as well. I don't know what happened to that. Might get another t-shirt. Although I'm kind of strapped for luggage space. Oh, there is a photographer there. It is a fun road, gotta say. There's a giggle. Now I wonder, I might do a couple of vids on just the tail of the dragon. You know, I'll do a full vid north, full vid south. Hey, a bike. Whoa. Tree down. What a stretch of road. Beautiful. I'm trying to read, there's stuff painted in the road. I'm trying to read what it says. I can't quite see it. I think it sort of commemorates crashes. I must be grabbing the handlebars too tight. The forearms are cramping up. Let's try and grip the tank a bit more. Royally screwed that up. Sorry folks. There'll be people throwing things at their screen, there'll be other people crying. What a waste of a run. Now, I remember there being like a pass over, it was either through a clearing or over a river or something. Oh, well, there's a lake. And that's where we stopped and turned round. Is it here? Yeah, I think that's the turnaround. So that's Dale's Gap north. Now we're going to turn round and we're going to do it south. I'm going to try and get some feeling back in my forearms and my wrists. I must have been gripping the handlebars too tight. Anyway, let's do it. Now the mics haven't broken, I'm just not talking. Trying not to die. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'll show you when we get, well, if we get to the end. We get to the shop at the end there. I'll show you the tree of shame. It's great. If you have an accident along the tail of the dragon, then you're supposed to put a bit of your bike in the tree of shame. Eyes are steaming up as well. Awesome. Alright, I'm just going to have to crack this open a bit. This bike is amazing. Tiger 900 Rally Pro. And it's got an Arrow exhaust on it. What an engine. It's perfect for these roads. Tops out fairly quick, you know, yeah, it's sort of 70-80 miles an hour. It'll go a bit more, obviously, into triple digits, but the main grunt's gone by then. But it's a lovely, versatile engine. I've been sat in sort of, you know, this tighter stuff I'm in third, but most of the trip I've been fourth, fifth and sixth. The engine's just beautiful. Loads of versatility. These tyres have done well as well. Bridgestone A41s, I think. Oh, it's windy. Trying to keep my head away from the centre line for the blind corners, because people do cut the corners here. some of these bends will catch you out. Great fun though, it's like a twisting roller coaster. It just bucks and turns its way. Hang on, gonna have to sort that cockpit cam out, it looks like it's fallen forward. Don't like that about these cameras, these Instas. I think because they're that little bit heavier than the GoPros, they seem to be affected. That cockpit one seems to fall down quite a lot. And that is screwed tight. Maybe if they had some sort of like ratchety system. Some of it's a little bit like the carousel in the ring, just reminds me with the cambers of the road. Okay, that's a stretch. I admit that's a stretch, folk. Sounds awesome, this engine. Oh wow, that's windy. Look how dark it's got all of a sudden. Yeah, you can see the road's getting a bit damp now. Hopefully we'll get to the end before the heavens open. Oh no, this is wet. Yeah, we're coming into the rain. That cockpit cam's gone again. Now, because that doesn't have the LCD there, it does have a flip-up screen at the back, the Insta360 Ace Pro, but what I've found is when you have the flip screen up, it really pushes the camera forward when you're riding along. But because I can't see, you're not sure if you're framed right or not. Just a basic sort of screen there to let you see what you're shooting would be great. And that's us. Right, time to get the sticker. There's the tree of shame. This is the tree of shame I was telling you about. Look at that. Awesome. Right, we survived. That's Tail of the Dragon done in both directions. That is the tree of shame. Thankfully, I've not added to it. And that is a stupendous bike. Tiger 900 Rally Pro. For these roads, wow. Loads of fun. Loads of fun. Bye-bye. Cheers. Well, you're never going to guess that. I went to stop and get a t-shirt or stickers or something from the shop, but both of them are shut. I'm probably at least a week, if not a month too early really. The season hasn't opened properly here yet, but well, we've had some fun. Yeah, so I'm still filming with, oh, I haven't locked. I'm still filming with the Insta360 Ace Pros. I like the remotes. Yeah, the remote's got a, look where you're going, smart. How the remote has got a feed there from the camera, so you can see exactly what the camera is seeing. What I have found with these Ace Pros is that the record button there is quite hard to feel with a gloved hand. Even with these, and I wear these very, very thin, spidey sort of summer gloves almost, because they give me great feel, and I can work the GoPro with these no problem at all. But I am finding it slightly difficult to get the feel for if I'm on the button and when I push the button with the Ace Pros. Now if I was to be wearing proper bike gloves, like as in, you know, the big thick ones, I think I'd really struggle there. I met a lovely couple there outside the Killboy sort of restaurant and souvenir place, which was shut. They're from Lithuania. They live in Chicago, but they've just done a massive road trip. Well, they're on a massive road trip. They've ridden from Chicago to Key West, and from Key West back here, and then on to Chicago. Just when you think you're Billy Bollocks, somebody will always upstage you. Fair play. If you're watching this, folks, fair play to you. Wow, I came down this road over 10 years ago after doing Tail of the Dragon. I did this on the way down to Florida. Wow, that sort of river or lake, whatever it is, the water there is sort of giving me flashbacks. Wow, that's awesome. Memories, folks, memories. Wow, loving this. Okay, we disposed of the car. This is a nice flowing road, this. The 28. I'm turning off in 5 miles. These adventure style dual sport bikes, I just think they're ideal now these days. They've got the performance of your sports bikes and nakeds for general road riding. Obviously they're never going to match a sports bike for the top end, but you're just not going to get top end on these kind of roads. The grunt these things have low down. Generally the road surface is lovely, but every now and then, like along here, you can see there's just some sort of cracks in the surface. Nothing major, and these bikes just eat it up. Look at that view up there. Oh, Fontana Dam. Graham County. Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? You can see this is going to be another stonker. Fontana Village. .28 south. Okie dokie. Now, something I did notice when I filmed on the Ace Pros was that yesterday, the day before, when it was really overcast, foggy, was the screen seemed to get a lot of water on it compared to the GoPro. Now, I know the GoPro has I think they call it hydroscopic, basically like a ceramic coating. So generally what happens, particularly if you're using them like we do as moto vloggers with them on the front of your lid, is that the rain just runs straight off. So you tend not to get too many, when you're moving, you tend not to get too many water blobs or anything like that on your screen. But I think I seem to remember when I looked at the footage, there was quite a lot of that on the Ace Pro. Could be wrong, apologies if I often am. So if that's not something that the Ace Pro has, it might be worth Insta360 you giving them that sort of hydroscopic coating on the lens. I'll tell you what though, with these Ace Pros, I've used them quite a bit in the UK, just doing some trials really, general testing with them. I haven't had a single like corrupt file, I haven't had any issues with these at all as yet. I just realised last night, this is a chain driven bike, isn't it? It's got one of these chain things. I haven't got any lube with me, or any way of tightening the chain. Whoops. I'll have to see if I can find a bike shop, pick up some lube. There we go, what's that on the left? This is Robbinsville, isn't it? There we go, that looks like a hotel there. This'll do for home for the night. Right, assuming I can get in there, folks, this will do us. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Remember to like the vid if you've enjoyed it, leave a comment either way, and remember to smash that subscribe button. Right, folks, keep doing your thing, get on out there whenever you can, look after those that you love, but most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha! Please have a room. Quite excited to see these stats. Hope it's worked. Right, folks, I'm here. Here's Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Great. You're great.
Excellent.
It's the 98. I'm on this new.
Mark, I'm gonna have to go back. I've left my rucksack.